Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and I'm finally back from my week-long adventure in Vegas. I know you're gonna ask, and I'm gonna tell I'm well into the plus 4 digits. I must have seen 20 different advantage/scav teams there, man, holy crap, but I jumped on some real high difficulty stuff. And a lot of my other winnings were just luck. Got to meet Vegas, Matt, that was huge. But you know what else is huge? One, my white blood cell count. I was sick all weekend. It was a nightmare. I hate travel, and I don't mean to single out members of the community or anything, but if you're a living, breathing human, I hate you. Stop breathing your disgusting pathogens in my face while I'm on vacation. But I'll make an exception for everybody I saw at NAB Show. That was one of the 2 things I was at. Met some cool people there. A lot of people knew me, which is kind of surprising, but yeah, that's cool. But of course, after a week of literally nothing happening in the magic world, we got 2 of the biggest news stories ever. So the first one I'm going to cover in this video, which is Cynthia Williams. You probably already heard about it. If you didn't, oh my gosh. She's the new diversity hire for WOTC, the CEO to cover Chris Cox when he got promoted to CEO of Hasbro for some reason after setting up the game for complete and utter failure and destroying a 30-plus-year-old game just with his own personal ego and greed. So why not replace him with an inept woman with absolutely no background in anything that could help? And then everything she did was a train wreck. Although she inherited that train wreck from that absolute piece of human garbage, Chris Cox. So the way I understand this happening, and I've got a little insider information on this here as usual, is that Cynthia heard that I was going to be in Vegas and not making content for a week, and she said, that's the final straw, I'm out, screw the whole thing. I can't go a week without Desolator's content leveling me out and giving me the real, true story. How am I supposed to even do my job anymore? So she's just like, screw it, as of April 16th or 26th, my bad, I'm out. Now, the latest big thing to happen to Hasbro and WotC is 30% of the staff across the board being fired. They fire saled their inventory, and everybody's like, whoa, their inventory sales are way up. Yeah, that's what happens when you put it on sale for 50%. That is not a good thing. Now, that was a little out of her hands, but she came over to the company at all from Microsoft, where she was the GM and vice president of the gaming ecosystem commercial team. So if you're wondering why she couldn't do shit and had absolutely no idea what she was doing, look at the Xbox environment. Microsoft's new CEO is a complete moron. He just only cares about money and doesn't care about people. He's a complete sociopath. And then their gaming division is just getting absolutely stomped by Sony, which is one of the most incompetent companies in the entire world. You have to be actively bad at your job and self-destructive to lose to them. And then she leaves the company to go work for WotC, which is not a step up. So it makes me think she left that position because she didn't know what the hell she was doing, came over here, wasn't able to fix anything, and then made it worse. So, amazing. Good job. Now, back in the initial announcement, Chris Cox had stated about Williams, who I'm sure he knew nothing about, and somebody wrote this for him. She had a, quote, deep understanding of tech and e-commerce. Yeah, how to do things wrong. It's like saying oh, I've been painting cars for 10 years and all your paint jobs are crap. You've just been doing your job wrong for 10 years. That doesn't make you good. And her background was in, obviously, cloud gaming, which is a joke and doesn't even exist anymore pretty much. Look at, what was that Google one? I don't remember what it's called. Stadia? Is that what it was? Bad idea from start to finish. Why didn't anybody tell them no? Oh, that's right, they did. And then they fired the people who said that. And then it nosedived and nobody uses cloud gaming because you know what? Gamers don't like latency and they don't like spending more money than they have to. And they don't like limiting their game options. But yeah, her background, cloud gaming and console-based gaming. So I guess you could arguably say expanded by putting Arena on mobile, but they were always going to do that. So that's before her time. So she came in and I'm going to phrase this a little differently than the news articles. Only managed to get a 10% increase in revenue on digital platforms in 2023. Now, D&D was a nightmare, and I'm sure she's a lefty idiot who helped fund, or I should say fuel, their decisions. And then, if she took the Microsoft philosophy and brought it over here, then we can see why Arena became a very formulaic, no fun allowed, just money whale, who cares? Let the straggler and freeloaders leave and let the hardcore addicts and people with nothing better to do with their time and money, let them stick around because at the end of the day, it's more money for less server infrastructure. I'm kind of like speculating at that, but it's because I know her type. I mean, what happens when the suits come in, pretend like they know what they're doing, pretend like they know gaming, and really they just know extremely basic finance and don't know the community? You get Cyberpunk 2077 right after Witcher 3. No, put it out now because stocks. You nerds just don't ever want a game to be done because you're perfectionists. I'm sure it's fine. Why is everybody mad at us? Yeah, that's what happens when you let the suits run the place and some idiot from Microsoft who was hired because of her gender and her politics. You don't get much more suit than Microsoft. They're all about manipulative money and creeping things and breaking the law and monopoly abuse. And just look at Windows 11. Just look at all the ads in it. Look at all the monopoly abuse after they lost a lawsuit by putting a basic ass Windows Movie Maker editor in XP. And now they're like, Edge. We're going to hijack her shit with Edge. The Teams lawsuit is the tip of the iceberg. Microsoft is about to get slammed. So yeah, that kind of company with that kind of philosophy and her coming straight from the gaming division, I knew it was bad news, and now she's out. Now, I don't think she left because the company is doing poorly, as in like it was her choice. I think she's leaving because the company's doing poorly because she sucks at her job. Oh, by the way, I'm sure this is a coincidence, but their Q1 2024 earnings are coming out this Wednesday. Subscribe if you don't want to miss my coverage of it. So unsurprisingly, because nobody else would want the job, and none of the people who've been there for 20 years want to listen to some brand new person with, maybe ideas that actually work. Somebody will come in and fire all of the purple-haired idiots. They're looking to fill the position internally. Now, the fact that they had nobody lined up makes me think that she probably gave very short notice, 2 weeks or whatever, and it may have been her decision. I think she was forced out because she sucks, but maybe she's just like, this company's going nowhere, why not just jump off now? I don't know. We're never going to find out. You don't jump out of a company, even at that level, and throw them under the bus. That's really bad for your future prospects. Now, I could go over all the different things she did, like oversaw the WOTC acquisition of D&D Beyond, which was a catastrophe. But let's just say everything she did didn't work. All of her ideas sucked, and she's awful. Now, I got to report on what nobody's reporting on, because I did find absolute confirmation that WOTC made no statement whatsoever about her leaving. Whenever that happens, it's not on good terms. Oh, one more thing in my notes. Before Microsoft, she worked at Amazon, in case you think that it's a fluke that she worked at one manipulative, only about the money company. Now it's 3. Now, let me just point out, though, Baldur's Gate 3 licensing agreement. They didn't make the game, they licensed it. And then Monopoly Go. So if those were even vaguely her idea, I mean, she didn't stop them. She at least thought they were a good idea. I doubt it was directly her idea. That's not usually what the person in that role does. The CEO is not the ideas person. They steer everybody under them and manage. But okay, 2 home runs, I guess. But you can make a mobile game like that, advertise it to death, and you'll get people in China to play it. Okay, that ain't news. But she failed to rein in the Magic the Gathering power creep, doesn't even understand what that is, clearly, and just ruined the game, and I'm pissed. So, good riddance. Whoever they're going to bring in is worse. It's just that simple. Now, 2024, remember, we got Q1 reports coming out. And the first couple sets of 2024 were a complete and utter train wreck. Remember Ravnica Remastered? Me neither. Remember MKM? One of the worst selling and most hated products ever? I mean, it literally was like Homelands level. Complete train wreck of a set. And then the complete jumping of the shark that was Thunder Junction, man. Whoever they're going to bring in is going to be somebody who just, within a year, is going to get a different job. They're just going to come in and be like, look at these improvements I made. And I steered them in the right direction. But Hasbro was already sinking. But. And then they're going to try and, get a different job at a different company. That's just going to be what it is. So I didn't have a lot of time to research this. I kind of made some notes on my phone and then went back to what I was doing the rest of this week, which was making money and attending some things. So if any more interesting details about this have leaked out, or you have any evidence, suspicions, or other interesting tidbits, I'm sure this will be an ongoing story because they haven't filled the position yet. And, let me just put it out there. If y'all can't find a CEO within like a week, I'll do it. Y'all getting fired, but I'll do it. We cleaning that bitch up. The ban list is going to be entire sets. Mark Rosewater won't just be fired, I'll sue him. Oh, and we're moving the company to Wisconsin, so it'll make some money. Okay, I'm just saying, it'll piss y'all off, but it'll make some money. So if you're interested in that, call me. So hey, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.